Welcome to the Learn and Memorize Tarot Cards podcast. My name's Carrie and I'm your host. So first we're going to tell you a little bit about the card and then we're going to tap into some of the symbolism that will help you interpret it. Let's get into it. First, let's start with the suit and the number. The Suit of Wands represents fire and passion. These are the things that we get super excited about. Words that I would associate with this are hope, excitement, passion, creativity, new ideas. Now the number 1, or aces, represent new beginnings. So when you think of the journey through life, this is where all of the beginnings start, is with aces. Whatever it is, what's important to know about the ace is that it is the beginning of something. So you're not necessarily taking action on anything yet. It's that new idea that is percolating, or that thought where I think I'm going to go back to school. So you're not in university. At this point, it's a thought that you're baking on to decide whether to take action and what action to take. One thing for certain, if it's wands, it's something that the querent is super excited about. So next, let's talk about some of the symbolism that will help you, when you see the card, memorize what the Ace of Wands really means. So when you look at the wand, you're going to see these little leaves. These are new growth, new ideas, sprouting ideas. You get the picture. So that is what to think of, is when you see those brand new buds that are coming out on the wand. Now the hand that you see holding the wand, it is reaching out and it is grabbing hold of this new beginning. Now the land that you see in the background, you can see that it's a barren but rugged landscape. But really what this shows is that the journey is going to have some ups and downs. And that's okay, because we're learning something new. Next, let's cover the astrology that has to do with the card. So the Ace of Wands represents the sign of Aries. The Aries traits that are connected to the card are ambition, action, and their pioneering spirit. They are not afraid to go out there and rip up new terrain on something new, like their idea. So now that we've covered the basics and even a little bit of the symbolism, how do we apply this knowledge to a reading? So if you look solely at this card, so let's say that you drew this card today, then I would say that today is going to be a very exciting day. There's going to be a new beginning on something that you are super excited about. Now, if this card was in a reading and it was in the current position, I would say things much the same, but I would use the surrounding cards to try and understand what was happening on this new path. Now, if this card was sitting in your past, then what I would say is that in your present, because that's really where the reading is that an idea that you had in the past is coming back into your current reality, and you are considering something that you thought about before. Now, if this was sitting in the future position, then how I would read this card is that something that you're doing today, something that you're involved in today, is going to sprout a new idea in the future. So it's going to guide you down a path that's going to lead to a fantastic new idea that you are super excited about. So how would I memorize this card? Now, with respect to the wands, I've given you this little jingle before. So for all wands, the way I remember them is that they are feely things, not thinky things. And aces are about new beginnings. So new beginnings on something you're passionate about, because it's an ace and because it's a wand. As you listen to these 3-minute lessons, you will have those consistent reminders as you move through the symbolism of all the cards. Thank you for listening. Please join us for memorizing more cards. And remember, to memorize tarot, keep practicing tarot. Thanks for listening.